Hey guys, Haas with Haas Games and Cards, and hope you're all doing awesome because y'all deserve it. What do we got going on today? Well, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had fun with your families. Sorry I'm all congested up. It seems like around this time of year, I always get sick. It sucks. I was watching some older videos I made around the same time, and I'm sick as well. So it just sucks, but is what it is, right? But we're going to talk about Make a Dream. I'm way behind on this. It's been beaten like a dead horse, but I at least wanted to get my thoughts on it. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the card leaks. The full set has been revealed. Is it going to be the set that dethrones everything, that kills the hype, that kills the market? A lot of people have been saying that since Destined Rivals. A lot of people were like, oh, Destined Rivals, going to kill the market. It didn't. Mega Evolution going to kill the market. Subpar set. It didn't. Phantasmal Flames going to kill the market. Super subpar, worse than the Obsidian Flames, and it didn't either. So let's see how this compares to recent sets that have come out. In my opinion, if anything would have killed the market, would have been Journey Together, by the way. I don't like Journey Together whatsoever. I think I only kept one case of that, booster box wise. Wasn't a very cool set. But anyways, if you guys want to buy this set super overpriced, go to haasgamesandcards.com. It's shipping over from Japan as we speak. I'm importing a good chunk of this stuff. And so if you want to pay an overpriced cost for it, go for it. I wouldn't say it's overpriced. I'd say most people are going to be selling it for quite a bit because it costs a lot to import. It definitely costs a lot to import. The tariffs suck. The shipping fees and the Japanese vendors are kind of taking advantage of all that and just upping everything. The prices suck. The prices suck. It sucks for me to buy it and import it. It sucks for you guys to buy it. The prices just suck. But that's where we're at. That's the state of the market. But is this set worth it? Let's take a look. We're not going to mention every single card. I'm just going to be very biased and annoying and just talk about the ones that I like and I'm interested in. Of course, gotta love my Psyduck. We got 151 Psyduck and now this. Kind of reminds me of, was it Whelmer? Something like that. The Well Pokemon where you can kind of see the bottom half of it in the water and then the head of it sticking out. Kind of reminds me of that. And I really like that. I think that Psyduck is kind of like that. Togekiss, nobody cares. So, Mimikyu, I think this is actually a pretty cool card. Rocket's Mimikyu. I like it. I've always liked Mimikyu cards. I like the promo Mimikyu card. I like this one. I think it's fantastic. And I don't know. I'm probably the only one that thinks this. I really like Rocket's Doug Trio. I'm sure nobody else does. I don't know why. I just love the artwork on it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's super, super awesome. That's just me, though. But continuing on from that, no one cares, whatever. Yeah, it kind of looks cool, but reminds me of Shrouded Fable, so I don't think it's that cool. I like this one quite a bit. What is it, Zekrom? I don't remember. I wasn't around for Black and White. But I think the artwork in that one looks super awesome. Super. And you know what? I even like the artwork for this. It kind of reminds me of Pidgeot, and Pidgeotto from Obsidian Flames. I really like this one. I like this type of artwork. Kind of reminds me of the Club Octopus, whatever that one's called. I forget which set. Kind of reminds me of that artwork, but I really, really like that type of artwork. So I don't know if it got an SAR, though, to kind of match up with these. Maybe it did in a previous set. I don't remember, but these are just item cards, whatever. Trainers I never really care about. Inferno X Charizard right here. We know this card already looks cool. It's in the Mega Charizard XEX UPC. I love how this card looks for sure. The other ones, I'm just kind of about. Don't really care, and I'm not a big Lucario fan or Hawlucha fan, so. But that's the new rarity, and I think with this new rarity, I think that's what the guaranteed hit in the booster boxes are, if I remember correctly. It's going to be these new MA rarities here. I think you get at least one in every single booster box. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And there's god packs in this set as well, which will be interesting to see how that affects things, the market, stuff like that, because we know Terrestrial Festival, Prismatic Evolutions, they have god packs as well. But does that make the hits harder? Because that's kind of how English Prismatic worked out. Made getting hits a whole lot harder with the god packs. Whereas in Japanese, you get an SAR every single booster box for Terrestrial Festival. In this set, you are not guaranteed an SAR every box. You are guaranteed this new MA rarity. So it'll be interesting to see how hard the hits are to get. Continuing on, I don't care about that. Mega Dragonite, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about Mega Dragonite when we get to the SAR. But now we're starting to hit some of the SARs. This card looks really cool. I don't care about the Pokemon itself, but I think the artwork on it, super solid. I like it. Kind of Japanese-ish as far as like the backgrounds and stuff. I think it's cool. Now the Pokemon, Pikachu. This one's getting big mixed reviews, right? Because you have the Booty Chew from Surging Sparks, and now you have this one, which is like, oh, are we doing this to make up for that one for people that didn't like it, or what? We got the crown back, the rainbow border, everything like that. I personally, and I know, I mean, I'm not talking about this from a value standpoint or whatever, and I have weird taste, but I actually like this one. And I like it better than Surging Sparks. It kind of, in my opinion, the Surging Sparks one, the background was just really bland and blank and didn't matter. Where this one, the background kind of makes the whole picture look better altogether. And I really like these kind of diamond textures all over here, along with the crown, the colors. Kind of reminds me of Bubble Mew a little bit. Different illustrators though, because I was like, I wonder if they're the same illustrator, and they're totally not the same. So I did look into that. Not the same, but I think it's a cool card. That's just me. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments which cards you like. Don't care about Iono's Belly Bolt. Now, Mewtwo. This is another kind of controversial card or hit. Kind of reminds me of Shrouded Fable. Kind of that style where they're like taking up this huge portion of the card like that. Is it better or worse than the Destined Rivals Mewtwo? I don't know. I think that's going to be subjective. I have a Mewtwo collection. I feel like I need the Destined Rivals one and this one. But of course it doesn't beat like Mewtube, you know, from, or, you know, the Mewtwo GX, Mewtube, Test Tube Mewtwo, whatever you want to call it. Definitely doesn't beat that. So that is still, in my opinion, my favorite Mewtwo card. And in my opinion, I think the 151 UPC promo Mewtwo, or it's an AR in the Japanese set, I think that Mewtwo, I call it Batman Mewtwo, I think that one looks so much cooler than this. And I'm almost like, how can you not make an SIR, whatever, you know, English, Japanese, whatever version of it you're looking at, how can you not make that better than the AR/IR? How come? Like, I mean, I think this is a cool card, and I actually like it better than the Destined Rivals card. I can't really explain why. I just look at it and I just like it better. But I want both of them because I like kind of the city textures in the Destined Rivals one, but I kind of like the simplicity of this one. So I don't know. I need both of them. I don't own either one of them, but I like it. I like it. I just don't think it dethrones any previous Mewtwo card out there. I mean, you have the e-reader Mewtwo, which artwork is just insane. You have the Shining Mewtwo, which is crazy. The Mewtube. Again, this is cool. They could have done a much better job. I think it's better than the Destined Rivals one, in my opinion. I don't like the weird look up POV kind of odd thing. I don't know. I just don't like it. I like the Destined Rivals one, but not as much as this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let's see. Halucha, like, I don't care about this Pokemon at all, but damn, those fire, like, those textures and colors do look really cool. They do look really cool in that card. Not one I'm going to be looking to collect, but again, those colors and textures are pretty damn cool for a card that I give zero shits about. So, pretty awesome. Now, Mega Gengar, this is also kind of getting a lot of controversial views too. They're like, oh, it's too simple, it's too this, it's too that. And, I mean, let's take a look. Fusion Strike, what is it, VMAX? I don't remember. VMAX Gengar. Images. Oh, come on. Make it big. I guess we're not making it big. You might have to go look at it on your own time. I'm kind of torn on that opinion. I mean, if we look at it here, I wish we could make it bigger or just like get the picture of it, but probably not going to happen. I mean, there's a lot happening in this picture, right? Like, it's sucking in a ton of stuff, but all it is some background stuff, some stuff going into a giant mouth. Like, it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool, but do I think it's better than this? I don't think so. This is a lot more like evil and ominous looking. I love these background textures, those greens and purples. Maybe I'm a little biased, and I probably am, but I think it looks way cooler than the VMAX, in my opinion. I like the colors and textures better. This is more up my alley. The other one just is kind of silly, and this one is just kind of nightmarish, and I like that a little bit better. But again, let me know in the comments. Just because I think it's that way doesn't mean it is that way. The Zoroark right there looks pretty cool, but I don't care about trainers. It's like this Journey Together stuff, trainer stuff, I don't really care. Whatever. I wonder if that's the playable version. That'd be interesting, but I don't think it is, actually. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that one is, but the colors and background look super cool. It's just a Pokemon that I just don't really think about. Now, Mega Dragonite. Mega Dragonite. It is kind of sad. It's kind of sad because this very obviously doesn't beat Evolving Skies Dragonite, right? You got like this pink bubble gum. It's cool that you have the evolution line in it, but do I think it's better than anything that has come out before it? Not really. I think the wings on the head were really stupid, and I wish I had a good picture example, but I feel like they could have done this card a lot better, even with the wings on the head. Because if you think about it, the wings are so big, you can have them start on the head, but you can have it be from like, you're looking at him from straight on, and this picture you're kind of looking from the bottom on up, but I feel like you could have made it a little bit more of a straight on look, and you could have had the wings folded down a little bit because they're long enough to do this to where it curves more around the back and then flares out more in the back. And looking from the front, that would look really cool. You wouldn't really notice as much that's coming from the head. And I feel like that'd be a cool way to fix this really stupid design. And then you could have, one thing that I kind of wish they'd bring back, right? We had gold cards from Crown Zenith, and the reason why I'm pulling this up is because a lot of people are like, oh, this set is the new Crown Zenith. It's the new Crown Zenith, right? And totally no. The gold cards from Crown Zenith were so much cooler. Like the details, the textures, the Giratina looking evil as hell. In my opinion, our current gold cards, where it's almost pretty much just a gold leaflet, aren't very cool. They're worth a ton right now, and I don't know why. But these gold cards, nothing beat these gold cards. Like, these are the coolest versions of gold cards I've ever seen, and I kind of wish they'd go back to this art style. But imagine, you do that kind of pose I was talking about with the Dragonite, you do some really, like, textured, maybe darker, kind of more ominous looking clouds, with like the sun shining and the rays coming out through the back of Dragonite and through the clouds. The wings with more like textured feathering to it and stuff like that. And Dragonite just looking like a boss, even with the stupid design. But with the pose I talked about would make it look a million times better. With this level of like texturing and detail and all that, it would look leagues better. It would have looked so cool. It would have looked way, way cool. And it would be like the light shining through the dark clouds, whatever, in Dragonite, like just ascending from heaven in a way. I don't know. That's kind of dumb, but I think it could have looked a lot cooler than this. Like, this is just kind of bleh, bubblegum cotton candy-ish, you know? I don't love it. I know a lot of people are going to love this card, and that's fine. I think that's fine. It'll be interesting to see the value of this, and if this outdoes the Mewtwo. I bet it will outdo the Mewtwo, but I like the Mewtwo better. I really do like the Mewtwo better. Not very impressed with this. It's not even like super greatly detailed. I don't know. Just take this, give it the Crown Zenith treatment, since everybody's comparing this to Crown Zenith, and there you go, right? Just whatever. And everything else is, I mean, like I said, the gold cards, these are so stupid. It's just like a gold leaflet with a little bit of line texturing to it. If you want to compare it to Crown Zenith, let's go back to Crown Zenith looks, right? And I think that's pretty much it. So, where does this leave us at? There's so many ARs in English, illustration rares. There's so many of those in here. It'll be interesting to see, kind of like with Terrestrial Festival, the Pokeballs and reverse Master Balls, all that stuff, they weren't worth anything. They're just kind of junky, nobody cares, and they replaced ARs, IRs, whatever, English, Japanese variation. And now in this one, you have a ton of ARs, right? It'll be interesting to see if the ARs are just not worth anything. There's so many of them, and they'll probably be kind of easy to hit. I just don't think I care. I do think it's interesting that they have different Pokeball hollows. I think they have different types of Pokeballs, not just like Master Balls or normal balls, but that sounds terrible, but they have different varieties of Pokeballs now. Then the reverse hollow R, that's kind of cool. But other than that, meh. I think this is going to be a good set. I think it's going to be an expensive set. And I think it will hold its value pretty good, because a lot of people will... They just want things that have value, so people will buy into the Gengar. They're going to buy into the Mewtwo. They'll buy into the Dragonite. I think Gengar will probably be the top hit. Mewtwo and Dragonite will duke it out. But I think it's a very cool set. In my opinion, I think it looks cool. I think it's better than Phantasmal Flames, for sure. Better than Mega Evolution. I'm kind of tossed up on that. I think it's better than Mega Evolution. It'll just be interesting to see how this prices out in English, how the Japanese prices hold or don't hold. I know with Glory of Team Rocket, the booster boxes came out pretty expensive out the gate, and kind of any following set after that has maintained a pretty decent price. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Japanese booster boxes come out, have a slight dip, and then jump back up. We'll see. I don't know. We also have the holidays coming up, and a lot of economic changes coming up, especially in 2026 when it comes to printing currency. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I speculate it'll stay pretty strong. And on English side of things, probably stay pretty strong too. We'll see. Not the worst set, not the best set, but definitely a pretty good strong set. I just really don't like the Dragonite. Let me know in the comments. But also, I forgot to mention, this is not going to be the set that crashes the market. Nah, I don't think so. It's going to have to get a lot worse than this to crash the market. But if you guys have been enjoying the videos, please like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton. Again, happy holidays. I hope you all have a good night. Don't do anything crazy.